Whenever you're ready, Rob.
Okay.
Take a drink. Take a drink.
Base.
Yeah.
I have to do this sober.
That's unfortunate.
It's not. You don't want to do it like that.
That'd be a good place to start the podcast. Do this sober. Oh, we just ruined that though. Yeah. Anyway.
She gets it.
Yeah, she gets it. You gotta do that, Bob.
That Bob's important.
All right. Welcome to the Survivor Gods podcast, episode 3. What up? You've got your host, Robert, your co-host,
Kaylin.
and special guest.
Melina.
There you go. Say your name.
Don't know my name.
The point is, you're supposed to say your own. Okay, that's okay. We did not coach her.
Yeah, not only did you not coach me, I found out I was guest appearing when I watched last week's podcast.
Oh no. That's alright. I think that's what we do with all our
That's
guests.
not my fault.
We just gotta
Yeah,
throw them in the fire and figure it out from there.
It's fine. Okay,
Communication, guys.
we just watched an epic episode where the Rob father wins again, but we'll get into that.
Oh man. Jesus Christ. That's how you're gonna start this off? Okay.
He's amazing.
Alright.
He is amazing.
Alright.
Rob loves Rob.
Rob loves Rob.
Two Robs make a right.
Oh. That's the name of the episode now.
Two Robs make a right.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. But before we dive into the points of our fantasy league and the recap of the episode, we gotta give a shout out to our sponsors. We promised it last week and the week before. I'm sorry, Subway was gonna be our sponsor again, but we had some financial issues with the contract. Our bad. Don't worry, Subway. You are coming, man. Like, we're this close to an amazing Subway sponsorship. Eat fresh. But that doesn't matter because we got some last minute sponsors who believe in what we're doing. We have Quaker Brand Life Cereal.
Yum.
This is the cereal. Your parents thought it was sugar free, but it's not. It's so full of sugar. It's crazy. But it looks healthy. This is the cereal you want to eat. If you're a kid, if you're an adult, Life cereal, because what's better than life?
I don't see any sugar on these.
Liar.
There's no sugar, man.
Sugar.
Oh no, you're right. Wait, 6 grams, right?
6 grams of sugar.
All right. He's right.
Yeah. But this podcast isn't just for the humans who love life. Turns out kitties love life too. And we got some soft kitty food right here. Purina Friskies soft kitty food. Thanks for sponsoring the pod. We appreciate it. My cat appreciates it. He loves that crap. I buy it from 7-Eleven for him every time I go to the 7-Eleven. Yeah. He loves it. He eats it up. He's like sitting right behind the screen right now.
Yeah, he's our actual viewing party.
He's just waiting for his soft kitty food. So thank you, Quaker Life Cereal and Purina Friskies soft kitty food. Thanks for sponsoring the pod. Let's dive in. Subway will get you next week.
Next week.
Next week, Subway. Eat fresh. All right.
And this is why the podcast takes so long.
What? Hey.
I'm just gonna jump cut every sentence now, so it cuts it down to 20 minutes.
We gotta do what we gotta do. Okay, sponsorship.
You gotta plug. We gotta make that. We gotta make that money.
We gotta make that money.
Yeah.
All right. So this week's episode, like we did last podcast, we're gonna start with our fantasy league. So those of you who are lazy and uneducated, people who are too ADD and busy with their time doing nothing, we'll just go over the points now. Jordan Zwicker, you suck so much.
Jordan Lynn, I know you didn't watch the episode. I know you're watching this. I'm calling you out. What's up?
Jordan Lynn?
Yeah, he doesn't watch.
He hasn't watched either.
He doesn't watch anything.
But he watches the pod.
He just watches the podcast.
Oh, well, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. No. One of our fantasy players, Jordan Zwicker, is an idiot. And,
True.
he hasn't watched a single episode yet. He hasn't watched more than a couple minutes of the pod. I guess 30 minutes is too long for his precious life. He's pretty useless, and I hope he loses the entire pool. And
What's his score at now, though?
Don't bring that up.
he's doing okay, but like it's just dumb luck. It's like a poker player at the table for the first time. Yeah. So screw you, Jordan.
Yep.
Jordan Zwicker, not Lynn. Lynn, we like you, but Jordan Zwicks. Yeah, screw you. Yeah.
Hey, oh, your mom.
Oh,
Your
Mom.
mom!
Oh no, you just speak. Oh, you can't do that.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm definitely not doing that out.
Jordan deserves it. My mom will understand. Mom, Jordan doesn't watch our podcast or the episodes. He clearly is a horrible human being and doesn't care about us. So it's okay. Anyways,
Facts. Just facts.
just facts. Let's get into the points. Kalen, our editing god, we'll put them somewhere here. Ooh.
Oh man. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Lights getting a little up.
Crazy episode. So I'm going to go over the castaways in the actual show who got points. Natalie, again, from Extinction Island, is a force to be reckoned with. She won another advantage from the island. She's going to have so many fire coins that she goes home with.
Oh no.
But she won a steal a vote advantage, so that netted her 10 points. She decided to sell that advantage to Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah!
Yes, Sarah! She had to infiltrate the other tribe and sneak around while they're all snoozing to get the advantage. But because she chose to buy it and accomplish her mission with the help of Tony and some saliva and Ash, because totally that was the one thing that helped her.
Yeah, it's super important.
Is Tony spit on
I'm
her
so
face.
glad they took the time to put black stuff all over
Yeah.
her face. Yeah.
It's appropriate. It's Ash Wednesday today.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah.
whoa.
Wow. Damn. Yeah.
Deep. So Sarah gets she gets an advantage. She gets some points. I'm gonna look up how many points.
20.
She did. No, she's 10.
Should be 20.
Advantages,
Bought
luxuries,
an
one.
advantage and also found an advantage, right? Because she bought the advantage to go into the other tribe.
Nah, it's just 10.
No, that should be
You
20,
said
man.
20
That should
earlier.
definitely be 20. Because you buy it, the advantage is separate from the other one. Like they're not connected in the sense that they're.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're totally separate.
I just said buys and finds advantage.
Yeah, but you like the advantage she bought was being able to go to the other tribe to then find another advantage.
You know, this pool
You guys
is
really
not gonna
got
seem.
this sorted.
This pool is not gonna seem legit if we keep arguing over what
No,
gets
no,
points
this
and
is,
what
just, this
doesn't.
is just the facts, man. What?
So she bought
She
the
bought
advantage.
the advantage to go into the other tribe because she
To
could
get 10
think about it.
points.
She could have failed, right?
And
we
we
still
still
would've
would
given her
have
10
We still
points.
would give her 10 points.
Oh,
But because she succeeded, she also gets another 10 points.
Okay. so-
Yes.
But
Sarah!
obviously, yeah, you're on board, obviously. 100%. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me change Sarah's freaking points. Okay. Well, good thing we haven't said the leaderboard yet.
Yeah, no doubt. No
I
doubt.
hate doing retractions. This is embarrassing.
Well, maybe you should have got it right the first time.
Maybe we should have discussed before we started filming the podcast. I don't remember this. Okay, so Sarah, yay her, gets 20 points for both buying and finding.
Yeah, and they're tribe wide, so
An
technically
advantage.
she gets a whole 30
She got
points.
40 points.
40 points.
Total.
40 points. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, is that right?
Yeah, because they won a reward and the.
I thought it was 5 points each, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, no.
It's 10 points each.
Unbelievable.
You guys, can I go watch the Oilers game yet?
No!
Oh, Oilers suck.
No. It's win team immunity, 5
Yeah,
points.
and win reward.
10 points.
Okay, so she got 35 points.
35 points.
There you go.
Correct.
Sarah, on her own, 35 points. That's pretty impressive. That's probably the biggest take home from one player this season so far, in at least one episode. So that's
Yeah, it's not bad.
Sarah's a good pick. If you have her in your pool, you're doing well.
No. She didn't deserve it.
She's a good player, man. All-star,
She's
she kicks some
awesome.
ass. Yeah.
Isn't she like the only one who's won a game of all returning players?
No, because Amber was also All-Stars. I think that was all returning players. Heroes
she
versus
didn't win
villains. Yeah, Heroes versus villains. There's been a couple players who've won with only all returning players, but she's the most recent person to win with a really stacked team. Because back in the day, they didn't really have the game figured out
No,
yet.
that's
So
true.
I think Sarah's probably got the biggest title, maybe aside from Sandra in terms of like level of skill. I think a lot of people know that. That's why I didn't pick her for my books. I'm kind of scared that like she's gonna be a huge target, right? But hey, I mean, she's
Well,
paying
she's
off.
not going to tribal.
She's paying off
It's
pretty.
like-
Yeah, that's true. The team's
Yeah.
winning, so I mean,
Yeah.
that'll do it, right? But you got those points figured out there, Rob?
Yeah, just adjusted, and we good.
We good.
We
Nice.
good.
Cool.
Because we know Evelyn would be all over this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Evelyn.
Evelyn in this pool, we call her Eve. Evelyn Maben. She is the points Nazi.
Good. We need somebody.
Yeah, true. Obviously.
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 No, you do pretty good.
There you go. See, someone's here to get my back.
Hey, you're my sister. Okay. And then Decal wins immunity and reward, which nets all the other players 15 points. But they also get the additional 5 for surviving the week. So I just changed all their points for no reason.
So it was what I initially said.
It was 100% what you just said. Don't mind me. I'm just working it out.
One of these days we'll be prepared. It's not today. Probably not next week.
Well, maybe you should check my work before we get on the podcast.
what am
That's
I
all
looking-
I'm saying.
I'm not a tutor.
Okay, no, this is making sense. Perfect.
Okay, good.
Perfect. Thank goodness for Excel math.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, so no new idols were found. One kind of crazy thing that they didn't really make a big deal about is, I guess, last episode, Adam gave back his half a piece to Denise.
Yeah.
Before that, I'm surprised they didn't
Yeah.
put that on the last episode.
So now she has.
So she has a full idol.
Yeah.
I didn't think that's how it would work.
We don't know. It could have happened like this episode technically. Just they didn't
Yeah.
show it early on. But yeah, it does kind of surprise me. It seems a little bit weird. I saw a lot of people in the subreddit talking about this and saying like it's really cool that they have these idols that now kind of rely on 2 people.
Yeah.
Makes the game a little bit more exciting, a little bit more strategic, right? Because you really need to rely on someone even to play your idol.
Yeah.
It seems kind of odd that Adam can just give it back. I also don't understand why he would do that.
Well, no, like, and what's the point of literally you just have to give it to somebody and then they give it back like 10 minutes later and now it's a full idol? Like, to me, it would have been way more fun
Yeah.
if you literally had to play them together at tribal
Yeah.
council and decide in the spot who is this for.
Well, it also still, like, for example, for a long time in Survivor, we didn't think you could talk at Tribal and go whisper to each other in each other's ears, and they haven't been, hammering that down. I think it's kind of one of those things, unless it's like super specified in the rules, they're going to let it slide and just let the players do what they want to do. So, that might change the meta of the
Yeah.
game, but, I understand it. I just don't know why Adam would want to do that. It seems very odd that Adam would want to give the half idol back. There's already a level of trust there. She gave him
Yeah.
half of idol. Why do you need to now prove your trust back in that way?
Looks
Doesn't make sense
Looks
to
like
me.
he's gonna need it.
a little bit, yeah.
Well, for the sake of, with the new point changes, because I messed up, Evelyn Maben is currently leading at 195. And then
Boo.
Dominic and
Dominic.
and Jordan Lynn are at 190. Do you want me to go through the rest?
Yeah.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least top 5, maybe.
I don't have it sorted that way, but okay. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So then, me 160, Robert Mandel.
That's a big jump. 190 to 160 is a 30-point gap.
My sister 160.
Who's next?
Yeah.
Who's next? Then?
Tammy 160.
Oh, but that's not who I wanted it to be.
Oh man.
Everyone else tied?
And stupid Jordan's a wicker at 175.
Oh, you missed that.
Oh. I
missed that.
Okay, so he's at number 3
He's
or number 4. I don't know.
F.
You'll
Yeah.
see it. It's gonna be on the screen. Don't
Right
worry
now
about
it's
it.
Evelyn number 1, Dominic number 2, stupid Jordan's a wicker who doesn't even watch this podcast or the show is pretty much useless in all ways, shape, or
Hey,
form.
we got a lot of game to play still.
He's pretty useless.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's not going to watch this anyway.
He's not
so
gonna win.
Screw Jordan.
Whatever.
Yeah, so he's in
No
third
chance.
place. What a dumb.
Yeah. Screw that guy. He bought a sushi, but I mean,
He did buy a
he
sushi.
bought a
today.
sushi. It was,
It was
kinda nice.
delicious.
It's really good.
Okay. Yeah, so, that's where we're at. You can see it up here. You'll get the email from us. It's fine. Let's get into the episode.
Let's get in the episode, please.
So, Boston Rob, continuing to be a god. The Rob Father. Come on.
We're gonna talk about Rob first again.
Always.
All right, let's talk about Rob. What are your thoughts on Rob there, Robert?
He is.
Struggling.
He's not struggling. He's
Thank you.
come on.
you.
His alliance is struggling a bit. Okay, he does not have an immunity idol.
No.
He has nothing.
Nope.
And yet all these
Two
little
fires.
He has an extra fire
he
token.
has extra
Yeah,
fire
there you
token.
go. Yeah, you're on top of it.
But
yeah.
all these little peons are so scared of him, and yet they won't put his name down, so they're going after his people. And then they go tell him that they're going after his people. Like, they're idiots. Absolute idiots.
Hey, well, this is where Rob excels when he has a bunch of idiots around him. But I don't think there's a bunch of idiots. I think there's specifically one idiot who you have in your pool. Who's that?
Who? Yeah.
Okay.
Who was
I
that?
can't remember. I think it started with an A. It might have ended with an M.
Okay, my boy Adam. My boy Adam tried to play Rob's game, but he doesn't have the charisma to pull it off.
Or the strategy. Or the logic. What does he have that Rob has?
You have a bunch of type A personalities. Everybody wants to, show their worth, go for the big guns, but they're also all scared of Rob for some reason. Because Rob is kind of tubby right now. He hasn't won a puzzle yet.
Yeah.
He's barely.
It was close. It was close to 7
He's close, but like they all said in the pre-show interviews, you gotta get Rob out first. You gotta let Rob out first. And now they're like, well, we gotta keep Rob around though, but we can vote out his allies, which is Rob's game. As long as the target isn't on him, he can always move and shake and figure it out.
I don't think so. Like my assessment is that Rob has decided to try to take over the game, which is Rob's style. But these players are not like they are in what was it, Island or
Redemption
Island,
Redemption
where
Island,
there's a bunch of goats. You have a bunch of smart players who are just allowing him to take over the game on purpose. They know at any point in time they can go against him and they can take out his alliances, and that's what you see here. Parvati and Ethan were targets this entire episode.
Totally.
And maybe they're not going straight for Rob, but that is essentially going for Rob, taking out his allies so that he has nothing left to really
But
latch
he
on.
literally walked up to
Did we
Jeremy.
say that Ethan was the one gone?
We usually kind of allude to it.
Sorry.
They've watched
It's
the
okay.
episode. Yeah.
Ethan got voted out.
Ethan did get voted out.
What a bum.
Yeah, that's so sad. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
we'll
Let's-
talk about
we'll
No,
get-
but literally, Rob walked up to Jeremy and Michelle and was like, what are you guys hearing? Knowing full well what they've heard. They started spewing lies, and he literally said, okay, enough about that. Like, he was just like an ass. He was like, okay, shut up. I wasn't actually asking because I cared.
Right.
Here's what we're going to do.
To be fair, that's kind of a little bit emotional. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't know if
Yeah.
that's the best strategic way to go about
Okay,
that.
but
He was pissed.
He literally tells them to shut up.
Yeah, that's not the right way to handle that.
And they still weren't like, maybe we should vote him out.
Yeah.
No, they were like, so Parvati?
They
how-
don't show every piece of this game. I think if I'm one of those players out there, I'm thinking, you know what? Rob's in charge. He likes being in charge. That doesn't put a target on my back. I'm not in the crosshairs. Let's just let him keep being in charge, and then we'll vote him out later.
The meat shield
Pretty much.
strategy.
Well, everyone knows that strategy. They all talked about it pre-game,
Dude.
where they're like, Jeremy, yeah, that was good. And it's not like he's the only one that pioneered this strategy.
No.
Rob does it too. But like, look at Philip in his season, right? I mean, he was definitely a meat shield. But yeah, I think there's probably a lot of those conversations going on. It's not the right time to edit it into the film, So I think Rob is definitely a target, but there's just no need to get him out right now.
Which is dumb, because if you know anything about Rob, you should get him out. He has no idols. His alliance is wavering. This is the only chance you have to get him out.
I
His
disagree.
wife is already gone.
His wife, yeah, like literally.
I disagree.
This is you let that kid get to the merge.
I don't think he has a chance in hell, but I'd love to be proven wrong. I think Rob is a great player, and it'd be cool to see him succeed, but I just don't see it in a million years.
To be clear, Kaylin does not have Rob in his pool.
No.
Melina,
There's a reason I didn't
do
pick
you have Rob in your pool?
Yeah.
Yeah, smart. Absolutely smart.
Hey, it's going pretty well for you guys so far. Better than Natalie, so I mean.
Truly. Like, we're right now sitting with 4 players left.
Yeah.
How many do you have?
I have 3, so.
You have 3, okay, yeah. But Natalie keeps getting points. It's annoying.
It's true. Yeah, it's actually.
She's getting
working out
actually
okay.
more points than her tribal counterparts because she's on that island.
Yeah, it's still not quite as many because you guys get the reward and immunity. It seems like every single time it's the same challenge, which is a few more points than what Natalie's getting. But, if I'm going to have a player on Edge of Extinction, I'll take Natalie over anyone
It's
else.
such a huge part of the game, hey?
Yeah.
Like all those advantages coming from that island.
Yeah, what do you think about this one on the Edge of Extinction?
What was it again?
The
little
steal,
like
steal a vote.
Yeah,
Steal a vote.
and also like the number puzzle and having to figure out those numbers. What do you think about that?
Yeah, she did a great job. She figured it out.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
Yeah, so
I feel like Amber was
Over
close.
time. Yeah.
Like, and way to go, Survivor,
So
for
what
like
do you-
planting fake numbers. Like,
Do you think
yeah.
they're fake numbers? Do you think maybe they're like related to another puzzle? So maybe there's another thing that comes up, and then Amber has the advantage there. You never know, right?
you never know.
Yeah.
But like Amber was the smart one to like run away first, but like Natalie like figured it out.
Yeah.
It's like Amber, like, okay, if you were actually in the game and you had played with the combination
yeah,
lock,
you'd know.
you would have remembered there was no zeros. So she would have got back and seen
Right.
there was a zero and been like,
Right.
this can't be it.
She also might have been thinking it was like an 8, you know, and they're pretty similar. But yeah, you're right. She probably should have been aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so what do we think about Extinction Island and the fact that it's like,
Edge of Extinction.
oh, sorry.
you
I
say
think
it like
it's-
Rob says it. That's what Rob calls
Does he?
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Oh.
This is the Rob.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's
Now he's
Rob,
now he's
it's a
gonna say
Rob
even
thing.
more. He's gonna say it every time now
Oh,
on purpose.
Extinction Island?
Oh no.
Gonna get my car. You got safe park? I got safe park. Best Super Bowl ad ever.
That's a good Super Bowl ad.
Yeah. We should have them as a sponsor next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Safe Park.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh,
Say
yes.
pack.
Amazing. They're our sponsor next week. Okay.
But Subway.
Well, if we get our copy approved and the finance is done.
Right. Yeah, we got to work with that marketing team to figure that out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Subway, we love you. Eat fresh. No, but okay, so we have 3 girls on
Edge of
Edge of
Extinction.
Extinction,
There you go.
right?
There you go.
It seems like Natalie's just running the show.
Yep.
Like, it feels like Natalie's like the new Aussie. Like, she's there and everybody else sucks. Like, she is owning that island. She's pissed she got voted out. She's gonna be a threat,
Yeah.
a big threat.
Possibly.
But like what we've seen with Redemption Island, Edge of Extinction, all this is you can kill it all the way until your first chance to get back into the game and lose it at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I
But-
think it's really hard to make determinations based on that. Like, you kind of just have to see what happens, right?
No.
But we don't even know like how it's going to work. It's a brand new game. It's a brand new EOE. But it's looking good for Natalie, given that she's at 3 fire tokens now.
Yeah. Well, and
Who
she's
knows?
given 3 advantages or sold 3 advantages
Well,
to
yeah,
other players.
to get the fire tokens. But I don't know if that's
But
going to
if she
actually
gets
play
back
an
in the
impact.
game, what that will mean.
Yeah, what
That's
that will
true.
be.
Yeah, she's going to be able to
Right?
tell everyone what
Yeah.
happened.
Well,
Yeah,
and
you're
then
absolutely right.
and like you can use that to your advantage, being like, well, they have an advantage. How do
Yeah.
you know that? Because I sold it to them.
yeah.
Or they're like, thank you so much for giving me the advantage. Let's work together.
You're right.
Like whoever gets back in, and right now the other 2 don't have a hope because they haven't done shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, poop. But like Natalie's gonna have a resume
Yes.
if she can get back in.
This is true.
And we talked about it last week. It could be 2 players get back. The
Yeah.
last time we had this, 2 players got back in. So we don't know what's gonna happen yet.
I would bet though it's going to be maybe Natalie if I were to put money on it, and then probably someone else who hasn't been voted out yet. That would be my guess.
I would say
Yeah.
that's a fair bet.
Yeah.
That's a fair bet. So we talked about Adam being an idiot.
Did we though? Look, okay. There's a couple things here, right? Because he made 2 really bad moves.
Really bad moves.
Yeah. So one, he talked to 2 different people.
He talked to Ethan.
So first he talks to Ethan, and he's like, I think maybe we should get rid of Parvati. And if you know anything about their alliance, they're pretty tight, especially if you watch the secret scenes from last week where he was learning how to lie from Parvati.
Well, we know Jordan Zwicker hasn't watched the secret scenes.
Definitely not.
Because
But
like he doesn't watch anything.
no, but they're pretty close. They're pretty close. And Ethan's kind of a ladies' man. He's kind of a Casanova, so there's a little bit of that going on too. But yeah, Adam trying to target Parvati, bad move. Should have read the room and knew that was not going to happen. And then so you can see that Ethan not being happy about that, and then Adam trying to play both sides again, and going to Rob and saying, "Who do you want to vote out?" He names everyone that he possibly can. He says, "No, none of those." And then Rob very angrily is like, "So you think Parvati?" Then he knows what he's talking about, and he's like, "Yeah," and he's like, and he
It's-
starts swearing. He's
It's
freaking
the
out.
Rob Father effect.
What are you doing?
It's like even though you're against him, you still go to him asking permission.
No, this
It's
is just
odd.
Adam. This is just typically he did
No.
the same thing in his season where he's like, I want to be friends with everybody. I want
Come
everyone on
on.
my side, and I don't get it. Like the thing is, what if it works, right? So let's say Rob does agree with him, and he's like, okay, fine, we do that. You still now have every single player in the entire tribe on your side. You go to next tribal, you have to vote one of them out. You're gonna piss someone off.
Yep.
Like what? You have to have someone that's on the outs, and Adam's trying to have nobody on the outs. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand his gameplay.
But he
at all.
won. He won playing that. He was a snaky little
He
piece
did.
of crap.
He did.
the season he won.
didn't like his win personally.
No.
I know you did. I didn't like
loved
his
it.
win. I thought it was really, really amateur. But
Well, like we're different. Like I loved Russell.
I think Russell's a good player.
I love Rob. I love Adam.
I think Russell's a good.
I don't like the ones who ride coattails and then get to the end and be like, I mattered.
I think
like
Adam was a
influenced
coattail.
and
I think Adam was a
come
coattail
on.
rider. Yeah, that's my personal opinion. But so I thought this was typical Adam. And hey, exactly what you said. It worked for him last time. Who knows? Maybe he can play that again. Didn't get voted out tonight. So we'll see. But I think it's pretty rookie mistakes, man.
Well, the Rob father did not will it tonight. So.
Yeah, I guess not. He looked pretty surprised. I mean, it's not that he made this decision, right? It's not like he wanted to get Ethan out.
No, he
So,
didn't. No.
Yeah, I think that was also a good move. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Well, Ben made the same mistake last week. Looks like he's trying to correct this week. Ben is not wanting to have anything to do with the Rob father. He will again, though. Don't worry, he'll be back.
Maybe.
But it was a good play. This was a hit against Rob. Period.
Yep.
Rob had Parv and Ethan, and he lost Ethan.
Yep.
But all that means, I think, in that power alliance is now they bring in a new third. Somebody's going to step up. It's probably what's going to happen.
I don't know. I think it's a 50-50 shot that they don't win immunity next episode, so it's hard to say what's going to happen. If they lose again, I think Adam is probably the first one on the chopping block.
Well, based on the
Next
from
season,
next
next
week.
episode, yeah.
Adam's name's being thrown around a lot, but maybe we should talk about DeCal for a second.
Sure.
Because it looks like it's going to be Tyson v. Sandra.
Yeah.
And whoever joins either side. Tyson is playing a way quieter game this time. He's kind of just going with the flow.
We've barely seen him on camera.
Barely, yeah. Yeah, and usually we don't see the winning team on camera that much.
The losing. Oh, the winning.
The winning,
Yeah.
the winning idol team.
Yeah.
But it looks like lines are being drawn in the sand. The one thing from this episode, I did not like that Yule went straight to Sandra and dropped that. There's no need to drop that information yet. Like, you drop that information when you've lost. There's no sense dropping that. I think it's early for Yule to, that's a nugget. Keep that when you need it, but keep your tribe strong and unified.
I think Yule is a very strategic player. I trust his judgment
He's
on
trying
this.
to do math in the world of
I
chaos.
think you heard him in his thing. He's like, I'm not sure if I want to do that, but that's an option. And then he's weighing his options and going, does this help me? And he's like, yeah, maybe turning against Tyson and going for Sandra does help me. So I don't
Well,
know.
and he doesn't want any BS.
Yeah.
He just,
Yeah, but he's playing Survivor.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it's yet to be seen, but I think he has calculated steps here in his mind. So we'll see what happens. It's still like they're not losing. So
Well, and they haven't been tested. The only thing that the Cal tribe has done is vote out the clearest target, Amber.
Yeah.
That's all they've done. Is we're scared of Rob, so vote out his wife.
and who again on DeCall found the immunity idol, the split up idol? Who was it?
Kim.
So, and do we know who Kim shared that with? We have to, because apparently for that idol, right, they needed to actually share it with someone else.
No, she hasn't shared it.
You
yet.
have to
don't.
share it before the night ends.
Yeah, but they haven't shown
They haven't shown it.
Yeah, so I guess we don't know.
We don't know who
know.
Kim has shared it with because
Interesting.
I actually thought we'd see this on this episode.
Yeah.
But she kept it to herself, and she's like, "Well, I'll think about it."
Interesting.
So guaranteed they're holding it.
But they can't. They had to share it that night or it goes away.
No, but
They'll reveal it.
Yeah.
to me, it's like because
Right.
it'll be like 6 days ago.
Who do you think she shared it with?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Because Kim,
It was really on the outs. That was like her only way to get kind of back in with someone. 'Cause
Okay, so-
remember that no one was talking to her. They're like, "Oh, we got nothing to do with Kim." Like, get
I
away.
don't think it's Sarah, and I don't think it's Tony, because they're tight together. So why would Kim?
Yeah.
Why would Kim empower?
Well, then you might be able to get
power
two people
couple.
though.
Maybe, but
Maybe.
those two seem.
So who would you go for? Who's got like a nice little alliance that maybe you can get?
Well,
work your way in
the
with
disgusting thing is The most threatening people on that tribe are Tyson and Sandra.
Yeah.
So my guess is Tyson or Sandra.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because it's like you get a meat shield to trust you,
Yeah.
and then let them do the damage.
I can see that.
I wish we barely got anything from Jakel tonight because it was all Sealy.
Well, I mean, it was cool to see the infiltration of the tribes. I mean, that gave
Yeah.
us a little bit more about the Cops R Us alliance, at least.
Yeah.
But
Well, and Sandra catching one fish with her stupid net.
the shark, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love her confessionals though. Like, I did that. That was me. I totally did that.
You literally put.
And then I went to the
Like-
immunity challenge. And was like, no, I'm not doing that.
I hate her so much.
She's
I
won twice.
love Sandra.
She's a good player. She's
You
won
love
twice.
Sandra.
Yeah.
She's won twice, man. I respect her.
I'm the queen. I'm the queen. I'm the queen.
She's a little bit of ego, but
Yeah,
you know,
you love Rob.
you win twice.
Rob's amazing.
It's the same thing.
No,
Rob, results. Results is what makes you a good person, a good player.
Rob could have won twice, but he gave it to his future wife.
Okay, all right, yeah.
If Rob did
He
not
gave
take
it to her.
Amber-
He selflessly
If Rob
gave
did
it up
not
to her.
take Amber, he would have won. It's fact. Rob
Oh,
could
yeah.
be the king,
That
and
was a
Sandra would
selfless
have been.
move.
Oh, come on. Okay. We have some bias. That's bullshit.
We have some biases, do we?
I don't. I'm just talking.
Your name's Rob.
True. But back to tribal council. I love that Adam called out. It's like one of us has a statue on this island.
Oh.
Oh, Rob was shook.
I forgot to mention that. You're right. There was 3 key mistakes. The first 2, where he went and tells the people in the other alliances, "Hey," and then a tribal puts a freaking crosshair on him.
And throws
saying,
him under the
What
bus.
are you doing? What are you thinking? Like, and Rob's saying exactly what I said. It's like, you're bringing this up. It makes me think. You know, and it's
Yeah.
like, and it's
What
like,
are you
no,
doing?
I'm not saying it. Like, but you are though. Like,
Oh man, look at the score. 3-0.
go Vegas.
The Oilers are losing, which is no surprise.
Our Canadian is showing so hard right now.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Rough. Oh, sorry, eh?
Sorry, eh?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. All right. Well, it can't be a podcast with a guest person without grilling her with some
No,
questions.
I don't.
There we go. Yeah, griller.
All right, Melina. So, my sister here, she chose some interesting players. She chose Ben,
Yes.
Boston Rob, or the Rob father, Sandra, and Tony.
Oh, I love it.
Who's-
I love it.
Which one's Tony
He's in the
again?
Cops
The
R Us
guy with the
alliance.
ladder,
You know, the guy who did the ladder.
yeah,
Tony's great,
okay,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, we love Tony.
Who was Tony? She's a huge fan.
I think Tony's one of the
Clearly.
best players to ever play the game. Honestly,
right.
I love
Yeah,
Tony. Yeah.
Tony.
So we
He
got.
climbed that ladder in the challenge.
He did
Real
great.
well.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
doing fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's so
He also
far.
helped Sarah get the immunity. Like he's looking pretty good, actually. Surprisingly, I thought he was going to be out like first day.
Last episode, Tony said he's like, I am fighting all of my urges, and I'm just trying to play it cool. And clearly, it's working for him.
It's working. Yeah.
Yeah, Tony's being smart. Obviously, some people talked to him before the game. It was like, you can't beat the Tony from previous seasons.
His like sheriffs were like, "Hey,
Yeah.
this is what we see
Don't
when you're out on
be
the
a
field.
dumbass. Yeah.
Be smarter than that." There's a lot of people who pick Tony too in this pool, so I mean, there's
Oh,
probably a lot of
really?
people who are quite happy
Yeah.
about this.
So, Melina, you are currently at 160 points, so you're in the running. It's early days. The points really aren't going to start spreading out until the merge and until Edge of Extinction.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yes.
Until we actually start losing players from Edge of Extinction.
Yeah,
So, you still have all 4 of your players.
Yep.
that's good. A lot of
okay.
people don't have that.
Of the 4 players you have, who do you think is going to go the furthest? Ben, Boston Rob, Sandra Diaz, or Tony?
Ben.
Cowboy.
I respect that. He's been kind of invisible. There's been a couple of moments where he's been a deciding factor, but I think that he's episode 2. He was looking pretty rough.
He was
But,
dumb.
Yeah,
But dude, this
it's looking
episode,
okay now.
him like old man Ben scaling
Yeah.
that like
You want him in challenges. There's no question.
he's a force.
He's won more immunities than like every other player who's played Survivor. I'm pretty sure, at least in one season. I don't know if overall.
Yeah.
in one
titles.
season. Yeah, like Yeah, he's crazy good, and yeah, it looks like he's kind of just being like one of those deciders where it's like he's in between, so he's kind of always with the swing.
Well, how do you hate him? He's one of those players that you can't hate.
Not really. He's been pretty honest with everyone. Like, yeah, he hasn't told a lie.
Yeah, he spills his guts like to his detriment.
But no one hates him for it.
So
Yeah,
what do
and
you
no
think
one's
that
upset.
tattoo is that he always has covered up?
I have no idea.
He has a tattoo covered up?
Yeah, the whole last season and this season, he's got a Band-Aid on his shoulder.
Ah,
Okay, so from what I know about Survivor rules is you can't have anything that's a brand.
Oh.
So if
he's
it's,
got like Nike on his
Yeah.
if it's like just do it, man. Or like he's a cowboy, so it could be like Wrangler, or it could be
Yeah.
something.
A sports team? Would they not allow that?
Well, no, they do because KC is on.
Yeah.
yeah,
The other
yeah,
sports teams.
in Boston. Rob,
It could just be something personal to him, or like he's an old dude. It could just be a chick with boobs or something out, like a pinup girl or something. Which
Maybe he's got his prediction who's going to win there, and he's going to like rip it off in the last round. Like I told you the whole time.
Boston Rob,
ROB.
yeah, Rob, yeah,
Guy's playing 3D chess. Everyone else is playing checkers.
yeah, baby. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But that's interesting because your top 5 picks were Amber, wrong. Ethan, wrong. Sarah, Wendell.
Did I pick Ethan?
Yeah, you did.
Rip.
Oh no!
F's in the chat. F's in the chat.
So Amber and Ethan are already on the outs. Good luck. But you got Sarah, Wendell, and Yule.
Yeah,
Those are some pretty good picks.
Sarah's looking good.
Yeah.
and that's for who will be the.
That's
In
who
the
you
top
think
five.
will be in the top 5.
Top 5.
And then for your winner,
Yeah,
you picked Sarah.
Sarah.
Oh.
She's looking good.
I could see that. I don't think that's unrealistic. I think she's a big target, but we'll see what happens.
But it's not looking good for the women.
Not so far, no. But to be fair, they got Amanda join them now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're about to see a change, right? Because like right now we've only seen Blue lose, basically.
Well, and Red,
Now it's
Red
time for
voted out
Red.
Amber.
It's time for Red to start losing some challenges and some men to start getting on the outs as well. Maybe we'll see another Black Widow Brigade. Happen in the Red tribe. I could see it. Kim might want to lead the way. She's got some advantages on her hands. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Cool. All right, and we'll close it out with our special guest. What is your favorite Survivor moment of all time?
When Tina won.
Nice.
Africa?
No, it's Australia.
Australia. Oh yeah, Australia. When Tina won
With
against
Colby.
Ethan.
Colby.
Oh, Colby.
Colby,
Yeah, you're thinking Africa. Tina and Colby in season 2.
When
Australia.
Tina won. Really?
That was also one of my favorite moments.
Yeah.
That's like the first season I ever
She was
watched.
amazing.
Yeah,
I
great.
loved her.
And she was sweet.
Yeah.
But your husband loves Rupert.
Oh, Rupert's great. The other guy's a politician. He used to be a politician.
Yeah.
He ran for like Congress in like.
Rupert. He's
yeah.
the tie-dye guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
hippie guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Her husband, who never watches TV, somehow knew about Rupert and loved the man. We all love Rupert. Who doesn't love Rupert?
Rupert's great.
Every season Rupert played, he won the fan favorite.
Yeah.
Every season.
Yeah.
Even when he got bullied out on day 1,
Yeah.
he wins the fan favorite.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
But like, he's too sweet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's funny though, right? Because remember, like the thing that made him popular was like stealing all those shoes.
Yeah, but like, but also like Boston Rob betrayed him and like bullied his ass out.
Yeah. Well, you don't fuck with Rob. Oh.
We almost got through a full episode.
You said it
You
first.
Did
started.
I say it?
Well,
no, I said shit.
You use your hands to.
Oh, I did.
Yeah. Oh, you said it again.
Sorry,
And
Mom.
we're
Sorry,
out.
Mom. And sorry to our sponsors. We're trying to keep it PG here.
Yeah, YouTube's gonna take us off the channel. Demonetized.
It could happen. It could happen. All right, so final thoughts. Next episode, who's going home?
Adam.
Yep.
What? High five.
What do you mean, Adam?
Adam. I hope he does. I think it's unlikely based on the fact that they're already kind of predicting it in the next episode and stuff. But yeah, I really want Adam to go. I think it's time for Nicole to lose a challenge. Put it that way.
Can we please, if oh no, Sandra has an idol. Oh man,
She can get blindsided.
okay, imagine.
I'd be fine if she went home.
Set scene. Sandra gets voted out with an idol.
I don't think it's going to happen. I already predicted the last episode. I don't think anyone's going home with an idol. I think these players are too good for that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be against it. I'm okay with seeing Sandra go home with an idol. I think that'd be pretty fun.
It could be amazing.
Yeah.
It could be amazing.
Could be good.
Well, thanks for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors, Life Cereal, Purina, Soft Kitty Food, Friskies, Subway. Next week, we promise.
Next week,
Subway.
yeah.
We're just final contracts. We love you.
Bye, Nicole.
We'll see
Bye,
you next
Dominic.
week. Oh yeah! Shout out to the people you know. Jordan Zwicker, you suck.
Yeah, you're
You
pretty
suck so
lame.
hard.
Thanks for the sushi, though. It was nice.
Yeah, thanks for the sushi, but my goodness, Jordan, you are the worst person I've ever met in
He's not
life.
watching anyways.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Jordan, you suck. Bye, guys.